Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Dungeons video. In this video I'm covering an old build of mine that I've since improved with new enchantments, new gear and with gilded enchantments. So let's get right into it. This build was, I made a potion barrier harpoon quiver build I think 2 years ago, and from then it could use a lot of improvements. So let's get right into it. Onto the main or most important part, the bow. In my old video I used a regular power bow, but in this one I'm using a Sabre Wing, which comes with radiance built in. Because it's a rolling potion barrier build which uses a light feather and doesn't rely on high cooldown or rolling from acrobat or multi-shot, multi-roll, I've got burst bowstring and cooldown shot. Because it's a potion barrier build, it of course needs refreshment. Refreshment gives lower or takes away a few seconds from your potion cooldown after a few kills, and that's it. In this middle slot here we've got a bit of a selection. We can either do Void Strike, which applies a minimum 25% damage boost, DPS boost to all mobs, Weakening, which provides a 40% mob damage reduction, and on top of Potion Barrier it is 94%, so it doesn't actually diminish that much, considering taking 10% of your remaining damage and removing 40% of that is the same as using, pretty much the same as using Guarding Strike on a melee potion barrier build. So you could do that, but in this video I'm going to be using Enchanting. If you wanted to do the build for yourself, you probably want to go with Enchanting, with Weakening, just because you often die much quicker when you don't have things like Guarding Strike or even Weakening on top of Potion Barrier already. If you do daily trials and stuff, it just gets that hard. But for this one I'm going to be using Unchanting. Onto the armor. In my previous video covering the build, I used a mystery armor with minus 40% artifact cooldown and brief invulnerability when rolling. I wasn't going to use that armor again with a gilded enchantment because I just think that's way too unrealistic to use, and if I'm going to present a fair build I want other people to follow it, so I wasn't going to use mystery armor. So I'm using the Shadow Walker instead, which has brief invulnerability when rolling and 35% damage reduction, always helpful, of both invulnerability when rolling armors. Next, of course, Potion Barrier, tier 3 gilded. Then we've got Cooldown, just because if you don't have 3 mobs to roll at, your feather doesn't instantly get reduced, and that's that. Then we've got Cowardice for another 40% ranged boost, which is actually really nice, and we can keep it up considering we have such high defense, and the radiant shot heals us back when we need to. Next we've got an Encrusted anchor, but it really can be anything with Dynamo. If you wanted to do a soul melee like a soul scythe, then have Dynamo and Conduit, etc, etc. But this one I've got Dynamo, Artifact Synergy, and in my old one I used Exploding, but honestly either's fine, Guarding Strike or Exploding. And then this one's just gilded with Void Strike to make things die that much easier. So yeah, that is the build. We've got 2 Harpoon quivers and a feather, just so we can have constant feather uptime, constant Harpoon quiver uptime, and it just means that, constant quiver uptime. If we don't use a second one, we can't do that, but yeah. Things that this build does really well is absolutely demolish any mobs. However, it has one main catch, which is why you need to use Deflect. It is other mobs with Deflect. If you shoot something and it's got, and you're using a Harpoon quiver, you're pretty much guaranteed to die, and you pretty much can't kill them either. So if you can at least minimize the damage you take from yourself, then you are golden. So yeah, that is the full build. We'll go into a level now, and yeah, we'll go. In my older video, I did it on Soggy Cave, but I'm going to do it on Soggy Swamp, I think. Same aesthetic, but longer level. So yeah. If you liked this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Join my Discord, which is in the description below. And yeah, you can learn a lot more about Minecraft Dungeons there. I've got a lot of guides, a lot of other people of high expertise can give you advice, and so much so forth. And I'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy. I suppose I forgot to mention that because this is a this video honors my old video, that is why I'm using a variant of the power bow. But if you wanted to do a similar build, or you can use other ranged weapons such as Winter's Touch or something like a bubble bow or something else. You're not limited to just power bows, and you probably could get away with doing something better like Winter's Touch. But yeah, same thing goes for Shadow Walker. You could also use Champion's Armor. You could use, if you find a Mystery Armor, of course, you can use that. You could use an Evocation Robe or another armor with move speed and artifact cooldown. You're not actually limited to how I do it. You may as well do other things. think that was also a really great display of why you need Deflect and or invulnerability when rolling, because we just had 3 slimes and 2 witches which all had Deflect, and I ended up killing them with my anchor, but I didn't die because of invulnerability when rolling, even though when the slimes split they even caused more slimes to appear. I could have easily died if I didn't have something else. I should tell you why you really need invulnerability, even with as much damage reduction as you already have. Wow, what a rare drop. We just got 2 mystery armors right next to each other. Let's see what they got. Gives you a pet bat and rolling to teleport, not that great. 30% range damage and resistance from knockback. Not that great, but still, that's cool. Also, I wanted to add, if you wanted to do a different weapon or a different ranged weapon, I would also suggest using health synergy over Deflect or something if you want to stay constant health and have damage reduction. If you want to use Cowardice, just because I would think that's very helpful. Obviously, I think that this build can handle a few banners, but this player damage decrease is really killing me right now. Yeah, maybe picking up that damage decrease modifier was not a good idea. Because I'm sort of killing well at the moment, but I fear I might be dying. And Dynamo on the anchor is really helping me out. But hopefully I'll make it. And there's another mystery armor. What do we got? Come on. Oh, 6% life steal aura, 25% healing boost. That might be good. Anyway. That is the video. Let me know if you enjoyed this video in the comments below. I've got plenty of old videos that I can cover. I'll cover them if you want me to. And yeah, with that, I'll catch you in the next one.